She'll be walking in and be like, what the hell's going on here?
Too late. 15 days and 1 hour.
The rings are there.
And look, it fits.
Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to the Quiffcast, the podcast where nerds nerd about everything they're nerdy about. My name is Rob Baines, and I'm joined today by Ryan Gray. There he is, the Quiff brother himself. He's back. He's back in the studio.
I'm better than ever.
What? And you're better than ever. New and improved Ryan Gray.
Version 1.1.
He's still him, and he's that and more now.
Yeah.
That was a reference to the last podcast that we recorded. No, actually, that was literally the last time we recorded.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, not to point out the elephant in the room, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I saw.
you saw the elephant in the room.
I saw the elephant joining us on the podcast.
Yes, but this podcast, as I have mentioned just there, is recorded. How does well? Do you know how long it is since we've last recorded a podcast together?
No,
you don't want to know.
I can't fathom.
You can't fathom how long
Yeah.
it's been. When we recorded, because we recorded episodes 2 back to back, didn't we?
Is it an elephant themed fact?
No, that's literally was just the whole gag. That was just,
Okay.
that was I don't want to point out the elephant in the room, but I just cut back to it then in the edit for a second time, and probably not the last. 2023.
Wow.
That was the last time we recorded a podcast together.
Mm.
It seems mad to say that, but yeah. I mean, a lot of things have happened since then, but yeah. And this is the first time you're in Studio 2 as well. So I think
I'm seeing the similarities between the elephant and the podcast room.
yeah.
Yeah.
What? Explain.
It's just a little bit of grey on the walls and
It's a little bit of grey in here as well.
yeah. It's, yeah. So you could have added that into your gag.
I could have, but I didn't.
You missed that
I
opportunity.
wanted to make it as simple and stupid as possible. The fact that there is an elephant in the room.
I've got another question.
But I just cut to it again. Did you see that?
Well, it's fine talking about the elephant in the room,
Yeah.
but what's the tea towel in the room?
That is for episode 10 of the Quiffcast.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just say it's
Forward planning.
cutlery. What do we mean by cutlery? What's happening in episode 10?
Indeed.
What do you remember of the day that we were recording the podcast last?
Cold November evening.
Mm-hmm.
And it was...
Was it November? I don't think it was
blowing-
November.
It was stormy and blowing
just making
a gale outside. A maelstrom, some would say.
A what?
A maelstrom.
A maelstrom.
Yeah, a maelstrom.
I thought that was someone who popped up at Hendu's.
No. We cast your mind back to the tempest. It's kind of a tempest, a maelstrom.
Right. Okay.
Someone will correct me on exactly what the
I'm
difference
sure they
is, but it's similar.
You'll have like a Shakespearean.
Or Charlie.
I mean, I'm sure you would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would. He'd tell me, Ryan, that is the incorrect use of the word maelstrom in that exact tone of voice.
I actually could actually hear it. I could sort of picture his mouth movement.
Superimpose an edit of that in
Deep
the
fake it.
Yeah.
Deep fake it. Yeah. Or just stick a PNG of his face on your head at that point.
That could work.
There's lots of editing going on in this episode already.
When is that?
No, I suppose not. Yeah, so in comparison to this room, because you're the only one. Well, actually, no, you're not the only one.
I was going to say, surely I'm not the only
You're not the only one. You've recorded 2 podcasts in there.
Mm-hmm.
How's this room so far compare?
It's temperate. It is accommodating and profesh.
And
like even these little ear warmer cover things, they're not ear warmers, but you know what I mean? They're quite profesh.
You had them on last time, you know.
Oh, did I? Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. So, but I think
I remember these because this was a
bit slightly different though, because we don't have the it's a form thing now, because as pointed out by my father, one of his feedback when watching that episode,
You can't see my face.
Can't see my face. It was mainly me that I was covering my face because I was like getting quite into the microphone there.
And you're quite an expressionate person.
Yeah.
Which, valid point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job.
Dad.
Good job, Dad.
Okay, so it's been that long, and a lot of things have happened since then. I'm going to say it because I haven't said it, because there's that much space of time passed between what has happened.
Donald Trump became president again.
That was very recent.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's all the significant things I can think of.
No, but I mean, like, sort of in terms of like in close proximity. What's happened?
I feel like this is normally how we do a podcast. There's normally one of these in every season where it's like Rob and Ryan reflect on.
They're trying to do
every epoch that passes.
Epoch.
Yes.
I don't know what that. I don't even know what that it means.
I think it's just another word for error.
Every error.
Yeah. Everyone's like, why is he using words?
What's he using these high caliber words? I broke my leg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I broke my leg last year, which was a significant impact both on my leg and on my life. Oh, that was quite deep.
Is that the bit where I'm supposed to just let you go with it?
Let me go with what?
Yeah.
What? What do you mean let me go with it?
I don't know.
I broke my leg, which also is the reason why there's not been that many Quiffcast recordings.
It's an artifact of a broken leg.
It is an artifact of a broken leg. The season of the Quiffcast, as much as it's like an evolution, because obviously you're seeing evolution within moving from one room to another, making a new room for the podcast. I think it was that day that I showed you this room. Was it that day? I think I showed you this room as it was before I kicked my future parent-in-law out.
Yes.
Parents-in-law. And said, "Oh, this room looks lovely. Could I have it?"
Pretty please.
And then they're next door now, so they haven't gone too far. When I looked at the room, I was like envisioning this. Did you envision this when you saw the room as it was?
Well, you showed me the picture of how you envisaged it beforehand.
I did a model, didn't I?
You modelled it before you showed me it, so it kind of ruined the
surprise.
Well, the timeline of events that you.
So you
just
you already feel like you.
It's like I've seen behind the curtain in your mind, and I was like, oh, okay, I see the vision. Yes.
Yeah. You've seen the vision, and now you've seen it in practice.
Yes.
Oh, that's a lovely sentence.
It's the same.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, 2 years have passed. 2 years have passed. And one thing I won't go into the whole leg breaking situation too much. It's relevant as well to both of us. I wouldn't have ever gone to the gym if it wasn't for me breaking my leg. So, in hindsight, me breaking my leg, I enjoy going to the gym. And I think it's a different lifestyle now where we're both, me and Charlotte, going to the gym and we're enjoying it. And you're doing something very fitness heavy at the moment, aren't you? That's quite unique that wasn't a thing when you last were on a podcast.
Yeah.
What are you doing fitness wise at the moment?
I'm going extreme trampolining at the moment.
Generally?
No.
I was going to say, there's another one to the...
What's extreme trampolining when it's at home?
Just really high. I imagine that's a thing though. Isn't that technically that thing where you're on a harness, but then there is I know you say we're sort of joking about it, but I think there is a thing like that.
I mean, trampoline, like if you get the big mats or the big trampolines,
the big rooms,
then like the Olympic size ones, then that's pretty extreme.
Yeah. But
I wonder if you got something more extreme, what that would be. But here we are.
Hello.
I do bouldering now, so
So what's that for people who don't know?
It's where you, in essence, go rock climbing, but it's climbing up plastic with no harness on.
Oh, no harness on.
No harness on.
I thought you did have a harness on.
No.
Oh, but yeah, a bit of risk.
Yeah,
a bit of risk to it. But you got the I'm assuming the floor's all.
Yeah, it's like
sort of
gym mat vibes.
What made you want to start doing that?
I'd done a bit of rock climbing when I was younger, but we had a few friends that would go, and then sure enough, you join in, you enjoy it. And they have pints, so...
Pints?
They have pints. So any sport that has pints after is a good one in my book.
Yes.
So... That's Rob breaking down on this podcast because someone's phone in the building is going off at the same time as the podcast. Or
It's up now.
There you go.
I hate it when I put my thing on Do Not Disturb. Well, I think I did.
It was the elephant.
Elephant. Can you
Honestly.
Can you keep your private conversations at home, please? Like, can you put your phone on Do Not Disturb, please?
Honestly, so unprofessional. Where do you find these elephants?
I don't know.
The yellow pages.
The yellow pages even exist anymore.
I don't know.
It's definitely not in the.
I mean, it doesn't come, through.
Not through the.
I mean, it didn't come through the letterbox anyway.
It wouldn't have fit.
No, don't know what alternate universe I'm living in.
I don't even know you got it.
Well, the Thompson local used to come through the letterbox, didn't it?
I don't know. I genuinely can't remember. I never looked in the books.
The Thompson local.
I just knew it was a good doorstop at some point.
Mm.
It was massive.
It was.
But you don't need that now because of the internet.
The internet.
The internet. Well, it's like Argos catalogs as well.
Yeah.
Those aren't.
You still get them.
You still get them. I think there's a bit of like. I think don't we only do those towards Christmas?
Yeah.
We should get George on the podcast. He'd know. He would.
He would. That's why we call him Argos George for
Argos George. Whenever we talk about George, he's always Argos George. Not that I know many Georges, but he's always Argos George.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's not true, George. It's not true. It's just
we're just talking.
It's just a bit.
Yeah.
It's just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you enjoy it though? Do you enjoy Bold Run?
Yeah. It's mentally challenging as well because you could continuously throw yourself at the same problem and not succeed. Or you can try something a different way and see if it works. It's lots of thinking as well as doing rather than just doing.
Okay.
It's quite stop-start. So it's not... Because I'm not the best with cardio sports where you have to run around a field for an hour. Yeah. I'm all right, thanks. You can just do it at your own pace. So you can spend a whole hour trying to climb a wall if you wanted to. But where's the fun in that? And it's graded as well, so you can see your progress over time, which is great. It's like the gym. I mean, you can see your progress because you move at the weights, or you do more, or you lose weight, or you see that progress.
Judge it, don't you? You just sort of take a judge of your own progress and challenge yourself. When you get to, I sort of found that at the gym. I sort of found it's only just recently that because with my recovery, I did a physio, and then I got a medical referral to a local gym near us. They gave me a program to work towards where it was less concentrating on the leg. It was more a balance throughout my body, because the last thing you want to do, well, what they said was the last thing you want to do is
not have a leg to stand on.
Not have a leg, or have one leg that's just massive, and then and then the other one it's overall balance in your body. Yeah, it's only just recently that I've sort of thought I'm not doing this for my leg, I'm doing it for me. There's been days where my leg has been tired because at this moment in time I'm still recovering. Yeah, probably a full year, until I don't sort of recognize it. It's it's not holding me back or anything. At this moment in time, I don't think I'm walking fine. I think last time I got my walking stick out was when it was slippy, and I was like, oh no. I sort of got a bit of a fear out of that.
Yeah,
because I was flashbacks.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm doing it for myself now, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah. So what sort of, in terms of your fitness with that, is that how much of your body you're actually using when you're doing
all of it?
Is it
all of it? And that's why I quite like it, is because then I don't have to consider with the gym. You either do a day full body, absolutely exhausted by the end of it, or I know when I used to go, it was I would do this thing on that day, push exercises on the next day, pull exercises 2 days later or whatever. You know, there's so much variation you can have, but actually I only need to go like probably twice a week tops. And you do feel it. And it's more of a test on, it's not necessarily your muscles half the time. It's actually your ligaments and your tendons.
All right, okay.
Which is another challenge in some ways, because you get to a point and you're like, oh my God, my wrist or my knees. So it's very much like if you get into it when you're young and you continue to do it for the rest of your life, incredible. You can climb some really interesting stuff. If you start late, you can still do it. It's adapting to that, especially if you're used to going to the gym or playing football or something that's more like muscular, you know, challenging. Whereas it's just a different sport altogether.
There's emphasis on the control, isn't there?
Yeah, it's more about like tension. So if you want to stick on to like some of the harder stuff, it's actually using tension in your body to stay on the wall, and all sorts of interesting weird things that I could ramble on about climbing, but it's good fun. I recommend giving it a go at some point to everybody. Not maybe you right now, but but I guess actually this is probably she's very good at it, but she's good at everything that is competitive.
Didn't you say that, like, at one point, didn't you say there's certain elements of it that you're better at and certain elements that she's better at?
Yeah. So,
because of the way,
just because of the way you're built. So, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm going to use an example here. You know, the distance from here to here. Yeah. If it was on a wall, you know, not many people would struggle to get that. But if you took this,
you start looking at it for the audio listeners,
and you put it right at the top of the wall, and you said, right, as your starting position, a handful of people that are, you know, the size of the room would be able to reach it. So it's all about setting within your limits and then trying to be creative.
Personal targets.
So like I really struggle with things that I have to either hold my body really, or like contort my body into like a smaller, like a ball.
Right.
Because I just have no core strength. But then I'm really good with sort of more explosive movements where something's further away and I have to kind of jump and catch it.
Okay.
Lucy doesn't have that because she's a bit smaller. So like,
but she has the core. Yeah. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
So there's things that she'll do that I can't do, and then there'll be things that like, you know, you got to think about what you're doing, try different things that I'll do in one go, and she'll take like a few goes to do. Okay. So it's always good, and there's always something new to learn as well, which is always great, rather than it just being like continuously do the same action or play against someone different. You know, in that scenario, you're playing against the wall and yourself. Yeah. It's just different and interesting, but I think I'll keep doing it because I tend to try and do different gyms as well.
Yeah, so there's like different users having a different sort of playground to play with, basically.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. You know, everyone's got their own style of how they set things. They've all got different shapes, different materials, you know, different pints.
Different pints.
Different pints.
What's on draft?
Exactly. That's the first question you should always ask when going into a climbing gym.
What's on draft?
What's on draft, please? And if they say nothing, then you know it's not going to be a good session.
If alcohol's not involved in some part of the process, whether it's the start or the finish, you know, it's not.
So I think this is a good segue into a question or a topic that I've got linked to this, but I'm going a bit off-piste here.
Go for it.
So we're talking about obviously your thing this year.
My thing this year.
And we're talking about alcohol at events.
Yes.
I think one of the challenges I've had is certainly thinking of events that we can have alcohol at that you can attend with your leg.
Right, okay.
So that's been fun, trying to work that puzzle out.
Okay.
But I think we're 50% of the way there.
So what Ryan's talking about here is, it's worth mentioning at this point.
Because we're talking about big changes. So I think I've ticked about all the boxes there.
So one of the big changes, obviously we'll be talking about this more in episode 9 of the podcast. Ryan is preparing himself. We're not preparing himself. We're preparing a lot of people.
I'm preparing myself as well, because...
Well,
it's going to be spicy.
There needs to be context. Sorry, hang on. Where's the? Are we talking about the same thing here?
Yes.
Are we?
Yes. I'm just trying to just chuck in a curveball.
A curveball. We are talking about the same thing, aren't we? Though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Are we?
I've confused him. It's great. I say one sentence and he's suddenly like, "Oh."
When you say events, you mean like this year's event?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's fine then.
Of course.
Right. Okay.
Of course.
So yeah. So this year, actually, yeah, this is weird because I don't think have we recorded a podcast?
No.
I can't remember if I've recorded a podcast when. Has it been a whole year?
Interesting.
I'm getting married this year.
Just pretend you've talked about it in
to
one of the
Charlotte.
other episodes.
I'm getting married to Charlotte. Just to clarify that.
Yeah, that's good. She won't kill you now.
No, I proposed to Charlotte on New Year's Day, 2024.
Pass that test.
We'll talk about that in episode 9. Right, knows exactly what I want.
Oh dear.
If she lets me.
If she lets. But you've promised it now to the viewers, so you've kind of
the comments section is like
it'll just be me.
It's just you,
Just remember, you need to talk
accounts.
about this in episode 9. I guess George will also be saying it as well. I'm sure.
Yes, yeah, George will spam it. Different accounts. Yeah, Charlie will probably jump on the bandwagon. So this year, middle of this year, I'm getting married to my partner of 14 and a half years. There'll be 15 years on the day. On the dot. Well, I'm not sure if on the dot because I'm not actually specifically sure when I asked it. But the man opposite me is my best man.
Oh, I thought you meant Charlotte. I was like, of course.
What?
Revelation.
What do you mean?
The man opposite you, like.
No, I'm getting married to Charlotte.
Oh, right. Context.
You're my
context.
You're my best man.
Yes. You mean right now? I thought you meant on that day.
What?
Exactly.
You are my best man now and on that day.
No, I mean when you said the man opposite from me.
Yeah.
I thought you meant still on that day.
Well, you're gonna be in the near vicinity. The man opposite me. She'll be walking in and be like, "What the hell's going on here?"
Too late. 15 days and 1 hour.
The rings are there.
And look, it fits. I mean, if this comes out before your wedding, you might not be getting married at this rate.
This will be coming out before my wedding. So yeah, Ryan's my best man. So he has got the job of organising my dues. I say dues because there's dues.
The doobla doos.
Doobla doos. I was going to ask you a question about it, but I can't really ask you a question about it.
You can ask away. I just might not answer. I might plead no comment.
That might be interesting, actually. That might be an interesting element, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me the situation. You can tell me the situation of why there's 2.
So
I'm awkward.
I don't think you're awkward. I guess I came to you and I said, look, there's what do you essentially want, but you can't
have.
Because I'm probably not going to be able to do everything
that
you want. And then you kind of just went, oh, I'm an open book. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess the first thing is, do you want 1 with everyone or do you want 2?
Yeah.
And if you want more than 2, help. So
guide me a little bit.
It was kind of like it's very open area for you to just go, oh, I don't know. How about 2? Okay, we could do 2. And then we've settled on who's going.
Yeah.
A theme.
A theme?
Sort of.
Yeah. I know like certain things that are happening. I probably already know. Well, I know the details I need to know, which suits me.
You know, you probably know 10%.
Mm-hmm.
If I was going to put a
small
number
percentage
on it,
that's a small percentage.
Yeah, but over the whole of the time,
the only thing,
because you only know little.
Yeah. It's. I mean, how many days have we got like in total for this? It's like
5.
5. Yeah, I was gonna say 5. Yeah. So
4 or 5.
The only rule that Ryan's been given by Charlotte
Just don't break his leg.
Don't break the other one. Or well, any bone in the body.
No.
Just make sure he's
that wasn't part of the instruction.
Was it not?
I don't think so.
All right, okay then.
I think it was just the legs.
Just the legs.
I think everything else was fair game.
Fair game. Okay. So as long as that's in form.
Yeah.
Bubble wrap,
I actually didn't think about. Oh, that could have opened up my eyes to so many different things.
Yeah, it's only the legs.
Oh. This is where you've got to pay attention to what people are saying. You got
to be the brief. It's the brief. You got to be aware of the brief.
But we've got one almost completely organised.
Okay,
so that's good.
Is that the one that's happening next month?
No.
Right.
You would think that would be the case, but the one next month, I've got a lot of work to do on it. So thank you for the reminder. I've got a lot of work to do.
He said, next month, actually next month.
Yeah, that's next month, we agreed. So yeah, a lot of work to do.
Next month is busy. I think there's not a weekend in terms of stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, we can always move if we had to. So, but we're talking semantics now.
Semantics.
Semantics.
No, I'm not going to actually repeat that. Ryan was trying to get me to say a word there.
I feel like there's a point in every podcast we do where someone says something like that and I'm like, I really shouldn't have opened my mouth. Or you shouldn't have opened your mouth and said that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I'm glad we've ticked that one off today.
I have said the wrong things. And it's just...
Yeah,
I think when you got the whole lights on you and you got the cameras on you, you just...
These big things.
You don't think about what you're saying sometimes. I think Charlie, I think...
Is he here? Sounded like he was here.
Chronologically, at this moment in time, actually, his episode is the next episode to come out. This is so weird, by the way. The fact that we're recording a Quiffcast episode and the season is releasing as we speak. Like next Wednesday, if you want to know where we are in space and time. Next episode 4 comes out, which is Charlie's first episode. Actually, it's the first episode that was filmed in here. And he said, when watching it, because I did a little bit of editing on a live stream, he said he doesn't remember a single thing he said in that podcast.
That happens.
So when you watch the podcast back, you're like, I don't remember saying that at all. I don't recall saying that.
Like, I can't remember when we did it with Charlotte.
Yeah.
Half the things I said. But I know I'll have insulted her at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's sort of...
And she'll have insulted me.
Every single podcast that Charlotte's in, though.
Yeah.
She gets insulted by someone.
Yeah.
It was either Charlie.
I mean, normally, that's just our general interactions with each other. So it probably translates well into a podcast.
Yeah, because it's honest. It's honest.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
It's genuine.
It's the genuine. It's what goes on.
Yeah, people ask for transparent podcasts, and we give them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just.
If you don't want a transparent podcast, please do so.
Yeah, if you want a purely fictional,
an opaque webcam,
just a wall.
Yeah,
just a wall.
Literally, it'll just be a white screen.
Yeah, just a white screen.
Yeah.
And then you can't see what we're doing because there's a wall in front of the camera.
Welcome to the.
You can't hear what we're saying either because there's a wall in front of the microphone. It's just a muffled.
It's just very, very low on the dial.
It's just very low.
So we have to like shout.
I've messed up my future self there.
See, this is what happens. Chaos.
And
then you'll get to editing this in a month's time, and you'll be like, "Why did I flick that switch down?
Yeah.
Why did I cough into that microphone?
Yeah.
Why did that telephone ring?
Yeah.
There'll be so much trauma to unpack.
Yeah.
It'll take you probably another week just to sit and go, "Oh my God,
no,
why? Why do we do that? No,
why does the Quiffcast exist?
Let's just make an opaque special and be done with it."
Do blank expressions, and that's it.
Hello, this is the opaque edition.
Hello, people of Earth, and welcome.
Yeah.
The Quiffcast, I guess.
Yeah, it's Baines and I guess Ryan.
Yes, Ryan. Yeah.
How exciting!
Elephant. I want to point out there he is again. I'm not even going to cut this time.
Can't get rid of him.
Yeah,
he's a lodger now.
He's got a microphone to himself as well. Do you notice?
It's not plugged in, thankfully.
No, it isn't. I had to think there.
Yeah, you did.
I did have to think.
Just like I've seen there's one down there that isn't plugged in as well.
There's another one plugged there, yeah.
Yeah. I thought Iron Man was holding it, which would have been interesting.
We've got Tony Stark on the podcast today. That's great.
Who?
Tony Stark.
You have watched Endgame.
Multiverse. I think Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back, Ryan. But not as you know it.
Sherlock.
They literally had Benedict Cumberbatch and Robert Downey Jr. in the same scene and didn't throw in a Sherlock reference.
Despicable.
That's just not. It's not on. It's not on. It's really not on.
Despicable.
Despicable Me. You. We were playing a weird Despicable Me map on Fortnite yesterday.
Map.
Well, it was a horror map.
Right.
But it included Gru.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I got to get into Fortnite, Ryan. I will get it. I got him into Overwatch, and Overwatch has sort of gone downhill a little bit, but
I'm not playing Fortnite. There's too many games coming out in 2025 for me to commit to them and Fortnite.
One day, when there's a gap in the schedule, I think there needs to be like something.
Well, let's just think about this, right?
All right.
This year,
yeah.
What are you going to purchase?
V-Bucks.
What? V-Bucks? What's a V-Buck when it's at home?
It's the currency of Fortnite.
Oh. I thought you meant an actual book, and then I realised what you meant. You know exactly what's coming this year.
Yes, I know. There's a lot of purchases to make this year still.
GTA 6.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, there's GTA 6. I thought you meant wedding stuff there, but...
Oh, yeah.
I literally thought that was that generally not what you were... Oh my god! I generally thought, I thought Ryan was getting really serious with me there.
Well,
like, so you've got wedding stuff to pay for. It's like, no, but GTA 6.
Well, GTA comes after the wedding, so
it does.
You'd be thankful for Rockstar for their timeline.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Rockstar, for being convenient enough not to release GTA 6.
Because think how much content you are going to make on GTA.
That's true. But Fortnite.
You'll forget about that in a fortnight when you've got GTA 6.
I knew that was coming.
But there's all sorts. There's GTA 6. There's potentially the new...
I want to get that new Split Faction game. I think it's called Split Faction. It's a game by the people who made that Prison Break game that we played briefly. And It Takes Two.
Another Way Out or something?
Yeah, Way Out, yeah.
Way Out, yeah.
They're making one about a person who makes virtual games, but virtual realities. One's a writer. Well, they're both writers. And sorry, it wasn't games. There were two fictional writers, but then they had the opportunity to go into their own story, and something goes wrong. And then two people like a fantasy world and a really like sci-fi world. It's a good game. It looks a good game. It's not out yet. It's out next month.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, it did. So that game's coming out. There's GTA 6.
GTA 6. There's the new Ghost of Tsushima.
I probably won't play that, but that's your ball game.
That's up there now. And then Ash sent through a demo, which looked very interesting.
Did he?
Yeah, it's called Forever Skies.
Forever Rush.
It's just a VR simulator of eating a Ferrero Rocher.
Forever Skies. What's that about then? I didn't actually see that.
Forever Rocher.
I don't look at all of Ash's posts.
It's like Fallout 4 kind of vibes.
All right, okay.
But a bit more spacey.
Okay.
And not as rubbish as Starfield by the looks of it, which was the Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Space.
Yeah, I was jealous that was
Yeah. And there's a new Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
I feel like I'm maybe stealing another topic because again, this is normally what
in the
Quivcast schedule. Normally, there's something about like future games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think when it's like us talking, the topic goes all over the place.
Yeah.
I think this season, that's just
fair enough.
Throw the whole, you're talking about this, you're talking about that. We didn't actually discuss recording what we were going to talk about?
No.
I had an idea in my mind. I knew roughly what I was going to speak about. And then segues.
Yeah.
Ryan's introduced topics.
Yeah.
I've introduced topics. It's a conversation. Sorry, Ash. I've sworn a lot more in this podcast than I have done.
I haven't sworn.
You haven't sworn?
Which is normally the other way around. We've done these podcasts previously.
Yes. Yeah, because you use your lines that got censored.
Yeah.
In previous.
Look at me.
Look at you.
New year, new me.
Oh, God, I hate that fucking expression. Jeez, friggin'.
Oh my gosh.
God, I can do it.
Look at you. Oh, there's a new Witcher.
New Witcher.
Did you ever play a game called Fable?
No.
I think it was like PS1, PS2.
Oh, wait, is that the... No. No, I'm not sure.
I reckon Charlotte's played Fable. We're going to ask her after this podcast if she's played Fable.
Okay.
Because I imagine she has.
Okay.
If she hasn't, then, well, since she hasn't.
Well, if she hasn't, she hasn't.
Just generally interesting things.
There's lots of interesting stuff coming up, isn't there?
Yeah. Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert.
Which just looks like The Witcher and Skyrim together.
Together.
Skyricher. But all of these games won't come out until the end of the year, guaranteed.
Yeah, and it's all going to come at once.
Oh, it's all coming in 2025. And it's like 31st of December.
They're sort of battling towards each other, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's like they're trying to get the window, that sort of release window, and then it's like when new consoles are coming out and stuff.
Well, they announced the new Nintendo Switch, didn't they?
Oh, Switch 2, yeah. That looks
the same.
It looks... it's got a paint job. It's a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Maybe they just sort of put a number 2 on it. Oh, Switch 2.
No, we haven't released a console in a while. We've got the PS5 Pro and
comes in purple now as well.
Is it?
See, I knew that would work.
Fuck's sake.
I did see they were bringing out
skins and stuff for it, though.
Yeah, but they're bringing out new PlayStation 5 controllers in teal and purple, but metallic.
Oh, I think they're already out.
They already are.
Yeah,
I'm about 6 months behind.
I'm sort of looking forward to like when the PS5 Pro has like a. Oh, sorry, I'll just answer this. Yeah.
Sorry, is that Rob Baines from the Quiffcast?
Sorry, is that Rob Baines from Any Business Podcast?
It is. And funnily enough, that's what I'm here to promote today.
Oh, is this a sponsored segment?
It is. Any Business is the new business podcast where we find out more about the business people behind the business.
Oh my God, is that part of your intro by any chance?
It is.
When's it coming out?
Well, Any Business starts on April 2nd, 2025. And you can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all good podcast platforms.
What was that username again? I'll just give you a follow.
That's at NEBIZNIS. If you've got any business, that's our business.
That's a good closing. Thanks, mate.
Thank you very much.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, how do I spell business?
NEBIZNIS.
NIS. I put NES, and it came up with all sorts of things you don't want to say on Instagram.
Oh.
So yeah, it's
NE.
Business with an S and an I.
Sorry about that. I didn't expect to get a phone call from another podcast.
It's interesting how you managed to dial up your phone into the recording.
You can do that.
Interesting.
We have done it because Ash was on podcasts and that was the way we did it.
That is true.
That's true.
Through Discord.
Didn't work very well though because his audio was like way too high. We actually separate it in this now, which is much better. Actually, just too darn loud.
Yeah.
I did a Back to the Future reference there. That was a Back to the Future reference.
Which one?
One. Anyway, I think...
I'm still catching up on my Back to the Future references.
Well, you've watched them all now, though.
Yeah, but you ruined them for me.
Did not ruin them for you?
With that final scene in the train. If you
what
know,
you
know.
If
but
you
it's
know,
one of
know.
It's one of those glass pane smashing things, like
glass panes. You can't unsee.
You can put a sound effect in there.
I haven't got. I don't think I've got one. No, I haven't.
That would have been perfect. Close.
No.
That's breaking the fourth wall.
Breaking the wind.
Willows. Wind in the willows.
Sorry, are we playing word association?
What was I saying?
If you know that scene, Back to the Future 3. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That completely shattered that film for me.
So I shouldn't have said anything.
I mean, it was funny, don't get me wrong, but maybe we touched upon that in another podcast.
Maybe.
Then you can ruin the end of BTTF 3. BTTF 3.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen BTTF 3...
Look at me with the acronyms.
Acronym boy. If you haven't seen BTTF 3, I mean, it's been out for
donkeys
now. It's been
elephants.
It's the 30th. It's the 30. No, it's not.
Uh-oh.
Is it the 40th? Is it the 40th anniversary this year? The Back to the Future, 1985. Is that 40 years ago?
No comment.
Yeah, it will be. It will be.
No comment.
It is.
No comment.
Shut up. Right. Okay. I'm going to end this now. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for being a part of this Quiffcast, as always.
Thanks.
That's right. Until next time.
Which probably is 2020.
Yeah. No, shut up. Take care.
5.
Quiff the hair. And I shall see you there.
Watch out for bears.
No. Elephants.
Oh.